Hi, I'm Rosie Cake Diva. I'm just going to show you quickly how I determine the consistency of my royal icing. Now, I use royal icing all the time for various things that I do, and I need different consistencies for different jobs. For instance, for lovely smooth cookies, I need a thinner mix, and for piping, I often need a stiffer mix. So I've just mixed up this royal icing here. Very easy to do, just icing sugar and egg white. I tend to use pasteurised egg white, which you can buy in boxes, or reconstituted egg white from powder, just for safety reasons. But if you start off with around 150 grams of icing sugar per egg white, then you're not too far off, and you probably only just have to add a little bit more icing sugar to get to the right consistency. I've also added a touch of lemon juice in here. The consistency of the royal icing is really important because for cookies I want it to be nice and smooth, but for instance if I'm piping borders I want it to be stiff enough to hold its shape. So I test the royal icing before I use it. Once I've got it in the piping bag, it's a real pain to have to go back and start all over again. So by doing it this way, you make sure that it's right before you start. So all I'm going to do is run a knife through the surface and watch the line that it forms, and when that comes back to being nice and flat again, that's going to tell me how my consistency is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's nice and flat now. That's perfect for doing my cookies. If you want to see me piping some cookies, just click on this link now. If I want to do some piping of borders, like on my award-winning wedding cake, I'll wait for about 20 seconds, and that would be perfect for doing these beautiful little beads. If you want to see me do that, just click on this link now. You play around and work out what's right for you. Don't let anyone tell you what's right or wrong. Some people like their beads to be nice and merged, and some people like them to be a little more defined. I hope this has been helpful. If you want to see some more of my work, you can follow me on Facebook at Rosie Cake Diva.
Welcome to Pink Cake Princess. I'm Andrea, and in today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to bake a rich chocolate cake. Super moist and delicious. Here are the ingredients. You can find them also in the video description below. And if you're wondering what caster sugar is, it's just super fine granulated sugar, and plain flour is just all-purpose flour. Okay, I'm going to start by placing my butter into a saucepan over medium heat. I'm going to add in my water, my sugar, my cocoa powder, and my chocolate. I'm going to stir that in until it's all combined. On medium heat, I'm going to let it simmer for about 5 minutes. Next, I'm going to remove it and put the lid on and let it cool to room temperature. While I'm doing that, I'm going to line 2 of my 5-inch tins with some baking paper. You can also use this recipe for an 8-inch tin cake. Okay, I'm just going to grease my tin with a little bit of oil, or you can use butter to grease the side and the bottom of your tin. Okay, now my mixture's at room temperature. I'm just going to stir that up. Now I'm going to add in my bicarbonate soda into my flour and mixing it through. My flour has been sifted. Now I'm just going to add it to my cake mixture and mix it through with my whisk. Stirring it to get rid of all the lumps. Now I'm going to pour it into my tins. Then I'm going to tap the tins on the table to get rid of any air bubbles. I'm going to bake both cakes in the oven with a bowl of water at the bottom at 160 degrees Celsius for roughly 75 minutes, checking with a skewer. When it comes clean, they are done. I'm going to leave them sitting in the tin for about 10 minutes, and then I'm going to use my knife just to loosen the sides and then turn the cakes over onto either a cake board lined with baking paper or a mat so that they can cool down on. If you are liking this video, don't forget to click the like button below and add to favourites for future reference. Okay, now I'm going to turn the cakes over. Now I'm going to cut the top of the cakes off with either a serrated knife, or you can use a cake leveler like I'm doing here. And that's it, that's your chocolate cakes done. You can leave them like this and eat them like this, or you can ganache them and cover them. You can also ice them with some fondant icing. You can see more of these steps coming up in future tutorials. Just click the subscribe button to be updated when I upload new videos. What is your favourite type of chocolate cake recipe?